Oké, ik ga jullie zo direct laten zien hoe je een website kunt bouwen. Ik ben nog eventjes wat veranderingen aan het aanbrengen. Do I have to translate it in English? Hello, Pablo. You're watching now my tutorial. Well, this is my first tutorial ever. So don't blame me when things are going wrong. I just try to figure out how this live streaming works. I see another watcher. So I'm building websites. My name is Marco, and I just build those websites for my hobby. So I'm not an expert, but I have done this for a while, and now I can say that I'm actually pretty good. Okay, let's see. This is my website, where I'm working on. Can you see them? Guys, please respond me, say something. Do you see my website? Do you see something? Okay. Well, this is an WordPress website, and it's a free website. You can build your own WordPress website for free. When you want to build a WordPress website, then of course you have to get a host and a domain name, and you have to install WordPress. There are two different kinds of WordPress. There's the WordPress org and the WordPress.com. Well, you don't need the WordPress.com because that's the paid version, but you need to download WordPress.org. So you go to the website, and then what you do is download it, and when you have done that, you will see that the download will come below on the screen in a zip file. Now when you want to put WordPress on your FileZilla, then you have to unzip it, and then you can put it on your FileZilla. When you don't do that, it won't work. Okay, so that has been said. This is my WordPress website, and as you can see, it's not as good as it should be. Actually, there are a few things. There are two alineas, makes no sense at all. There is a button, and there's a little video player. There is a robot, as you can see here, and this robot actually speaks to the visitors on the website and say, well, hello, what's your name, and blah blah blah, and then it asks, can I have your email or your phone number, and when you hit the button and say, well, that's fine by me, then you could put here, for example, I always send an email to this guy, test.com. I don't know who he is. And when you have done that, then the bot say, okay, thank you very much, goodbye. You can close the bot, and you will receive an email. Let me explain you something about WordPress, how it works. You can go to the back end of WordPress, and then you see a lot of things that you can install. I recommend you don't install every single plugin or thing that you think that can be useful for you, but use only plugins that you need. As you can see in this area, you can find the plugins that I have installed took a little while. And well, there are a few of them. Actually, there are too much of them, because it slows down your website, and some of the plugins can conflict with the other. But I've just put these plugins all on my website to test them and to let you guys see what they can do. How do you get a new plugin? Well, basically a new plugin, you can get it on internet from particular place. Sorry, my first remedy. Developers that offer the plugins, so you can download it and then put it in your website. You can do that by hitting the button New Plugin, and then it asks you, do you want to upload a plugin, or do you want to install one plugin from the templates in WordPress itself? When you want to upload a plugin, you hit the button, and you can then hit this button, and it goes to your browser, to a little window, and you can choose the plugin that you currently have download and put it into this area. When I said that when you want to install WordPress, you have to unzip the file to put WordPress in your to use WordPress. But in this case, when you're installing a plugin, it's just the other way around. You don't have to unzip them. They don't work when you unzip them. It's crazy, but it's just the way it works. I don't know why, but it works just like that. Right, that have been said, you can see here that you have the choice to watch popular plugins. Basically what that means is that this is a list of plugins that many people uses, but you can also search for a plugin. What is important by using a plugin? Well, you must see if they updating their plugins. If it's 4 years ago that they have updated the plugin, they probably lose interest. And when that happens and you install that plugin, that can be a problem, because when you're updating themes or other plugins, then it can be that your website is not working anymore, because it will crash your website. So it's important that you will look at the popularity and if there is currently being an update. I have made another tutorial this day, and I've talked about plugins that it can be very dangerous to put them into your website because there are a lot of hackers in the world, and unfortunately there are also hacking plugins. What they basically do, they make a plugin, they give it for free, of course, and when you put that on your website, it's going to hack your website. They put a little piece of code into those plugins, and your whole website will be infected with that code, and they can do basically everything they want. They can, for example, steal information from your WooCommerce customers, credit cards, all that kind of things, and you wouldn't even notice that You know, they are smart enough that they can steal information, email address, etc., etc., without that you know it. The other thing what can happen with these plugins, these bad plugins, is that they can change your website in what used to be your beautiful website, where you spent tons of hours and buy several products to let your website working very well, suddenly becomes, for example, a porn site. And you see suddenly all kind of strange people naked doing strange things with each other, and you think by yourself, how the heck is that possible? Well, that's because those bad plugins. So be aware. It's very important that you watch tutorials about plugins. You visit the site of WordPress, see if there is a notification, and delete that plugin. And sometimes it's not possible to delete that plugin. So what you have to do then is to sorry about this. You have to have a backup. What that basically means is that when your whole website is crashing, you can put it back by a backup. By default, the most host providers delivered a backup system for you. So you simply go to your host and you put the backup so that your website is running again. But there is also another way, and that is to backup your website by yourself by installing a plugin, and then the whole show will go on. You just restore your website. And well, there is another case that can be happened, and that's when the hacker is going to get himself into kinds of maps in your WordPress, and you simply can't delete them. You simply can't delete them. They just rule in your life. Then you have to build your website from scratch. Okay, what next? Well, I want to show you a bot called CurioBot, which I'm using, and that's the bot that you have seen in the previous tutorial. That bot is responding to your customers when you're not on your website. Let me see, CurioBots. Okay, this is the tool. They're coming from Amsterdam. Very nice guys. So this is the website. This is their website, and what you can do is you can log in when you have an account. I do have an account, and of course, like always, I forgot my passwords, so I just gonna let you see my ugly face, and I'm gonna search my passwords. I don't allow you to see all my passwords. Je moet eens even kijken. That means let me look. CurioBots, passwords, copy. I hope you don't see this. I push the right button. You didn't see that, did you? No, you didn't. Okay. Right, we try it again. Let's go inside of CurioBots. Press here and enter. This is CurioBots, guys. What can you do with And okay, I've built one which you have, which you saw on my website, and this is the one. And as you can see, I put a little bit of text in it. So I say to the people, hello, soon you can come to visit this site and sell your products and blah 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 blah. And then they put their email in it, and then I get their email and I can send them a newsletter. Okay, but I understand that when you don't know how this bot works, you wonder, is there a template? Well, there is. These are the templates on CourierBot, and you can simply watch by yourself what may be helpful for you. For example, this is one template that speaks about making an appointment. And if you say, well, yeah, actually, I want to use this bot on my website. You know, I like to have a bot that asks my visitors to make an appointment with me. So you can push the button, and of course it's live. It doesn't work. Well, let me just make a preview of it, and then you will see how it will look. You say, yes, I want to have an appointment, and you can put here your name. My name is Marco. Hit enter. That's a nice name, Marco. You see the bot response with my name. Isn't it nice? And then you can say, well, this is the time that I'm available, and blah blah blah, your phone number, and so on and so on. Okay. So these are all kind of things that you can build with external platforms and help. So these are things that you can put inside of your website, and they can be very helpful. The point with these tools is that they are very expensive. Usually you have to pay per month. I know that CourierBot can be cost 200 to 800 euros a month. And you can think by yourself, I don't want to spend all that money for just a simple tool, and maybe it doesn't help me at all. I will give you a tip. There is a website, and of course there are many websites, but this particular website calls AppSumo. Let's see if there still exists. Of course there still exists. And on AppSumo they offer you lifetime deals for, actually for peanuts. No, it's for example, this tool is $94 for the rest of your life. And well, it's just so cheap. You can double it. You can say, well, I want to have something more. You can see all the functions here. Here, let me put it in English. All right. Oh, come on, guys, do me a favor. Yeah, English. Oh my God, it returns in Dutch. Well, anyway, you can go to visit this site and see what they offer this week, and then you see all kind of different tools, very cheap, for what they offer, and yeah, well, that's it. You know, if we look at, for example, blah blah blah. If we look, for example, this one, no, this one. You can see that they offer this deal, a lifetime deal, for $29. And let's see what it usually costs. It costs nothing. Don't they have the prices here? Oh, here it is. Yeah, usually you pay a lot more. And this is maybe a bad example, but because they are usually not so expensive as I thought they would be. So let's see. Let's pick another one. Yeah, this one. Usually you can buy it now for... Oh, come on, do me a favor, get away. Usually you can buy this on AppSumo you can buy this for well, for this price, but usually it will cost, pricing, $294 per month, per month. This is not per day, not per year, per day, no, per month. So it can be a solution. It can be a solution for you. Where you must be aware for is that you don't buy everything on AppSumo, because when you buy everything on AppSumo, well, you believe me, you don't going to use everything. You don't going to use everything. All right. Let's see where we were stuck for the WordPress websites. Are there any questions, by the way? I can see that the visitors are coming on YouTube, but oh my god, there are a lot of them. I became famous. On Facebook I see no questions. Dennis, hey, welcome Dennis. Nice to see you. Okay, let's see. Okay, plugins. I've told you about plugins. These are the ones. You can download them. You must watch out with what you are downloading, because there are a lot of bad guys on this world. Then, what you need in WordPress to let your website functioning good is themes. What are themes? Well, let me show you what themes are. You can download themes from the platform, from WordPress itself. Here you see the themes that I have put on my website. I'm using GeneratePress. It's a very, very good theme. But when you say, well, I want to have another theme, then of course you can hit the button, new theme, and you can search, and actually you can have a little preview which theme you want to use. Now this looks ugly, you know, but that is because you have to customize this theme, and it's not customized yet, but when you're downloading it and installing it, then you can customize it by yourself. And if you don't know how you can do that, well, of course you can ask me, you can watch other tutorials, or maybe I will make a tutorial on a particular template. You can go to the popularity, which templates are very popular. Well, these are the popular plugins, themes, sorry for that. And of course you can see the newest and you can even search a theme. If you saw a tutorial or something like that, or somebody a friend of you says, well, Les, I have made $2 million with a beautiful theme, well, then that is definitely the theme that you want to install on your website. Actually, tell me, I will install it too. Okay, there is a little bit confusion about plugins and widgets. Now, a lot of people don't know what the difference is about plugins and widgets. Well, plugins are basically tools that you will install on your WordPress website, and to do things like this WooCommerce, and you can customize those plugins to do a particular action. While widgets, let me see, where are the widgets? Hey, they're gone. Where are you guys? Come to Papa. This is so weird, this whole live thing. Usually I find them just by one click. Help. It used to be here. No, it's here, of course, you fool. Okay, widgets. You can drag and drop those widgets from the left side to the right side. And if you see here, there is an area that called sidebar right, sidebar left, header, the footer. The footer is down here, and you can drag and drop those widgets into particular areas you want to have that tool. And when you're doing that, then it's gonna appear on your website. Sometimes when you drag and drop something, a widget from the right side to the left side, you basically see nothing. You know, you see nothing. You think by yourself, well, what's wrong? I've put the widget from the right side to the left side, but there is nothing. Nothing happens. Well, that's because you have to decide if you want to have widgets and bars, sidebars, or footers on your website. You can do that on a way by clicking Customizer, and then you can go to the area Widgets, and there you have it. You can put an area on the footer, and you can put it on the top of your screen, and you can basically drag and drop or click it and it will appear. You can give it a title, blah blah, and you can hit on publish.